Hi guys, welcome to my Love and Grace with Laurie, where I share stories about how God shows up in my life, what he says, what he does, how he speaks, just different things really. Today is day number 10. So how many ladies out there do I have that really love clothes? You love fashion, you love clothes or shoes or purses, like you love shopping. Me, not so much. That is not me. That is definitely not explaining me. Like, I'm not great at fashion. I hate shopping for clothes, and I just can't put a decent outfit together typically. It just doesn't happen. And as my daughter got older, I would ask her for fashion advice. She's not around a lot right now for me to ask, but if it were up to me, I was that person who would wear the colors of the rainbow at the same time every day. And some of you know it's like, that's probably not the most flattering look. Yeah, that was me. Just not great at fashion. And you know, as women, we want to look good. We want to feel beautiful. But it's always been a frustration of mine because I'm just not good at putting outfits together that look flattering. And people don't believe it, but the struggle is real. It's hard. I hate clothes shopping for myself anyway, and I don't know how. It's not fun, and then nothing fits. It doesn't go together. I'm lost when it comes to fashion. But one day, I was sitting at my dining room table, which is where I am right now, sitting at the table, and I was reading in my Bible and studying in my Bible in Exodus 28. And in Exodus 28, it's talking all about the clothing for the priests. And it's talking about how the clothing for the priest is supposed to be very specific according to God. God wanted it to be these colors, and I want there to be a robe, and I want there to be a turban and a sash. Like, he's laying out the clothes that he wants the priest to wear. And I want it to be made from fine linen and gold thread and blue and purple and scarlet, and just all these very specific fashion details for how the priests are supposed to dress, how they're supposed to look. And then it goes on to talk about this little chest plate that has different stones, like gemstones of different colors, and they're supposed to be mounted in a certain order with certain colors. Everything is laid out, and I'm sitting here at my dining room table. This has been a number of years ago, and the more I read about how God is dressing these priests and how he is designing what they are supposed to wear and orchestrating it. He has people who are actually making it and putting it together, who are super experts at, doing all the things, sewing and doing all the things to put them together. And the more I keep reading about how he's dressing the priest, the more excited I get. My thought was this, you guys. This was it. I'm like, oh my goodness. If God can dress the priests and design their clothes and put their outfits together, he could do that for me. Like, he could put outfits together. He could dress me too. That was my thought. I got so excited. I jumped up from the table and I ran to my bedroom closet. And this is a little backstory on me running to my bedroom closet right here. Coincidentally, like 3 days before this happens, I'm at a thrift store, and my hand, kid you not, is gravitating towards all these neutral clothes, like grays and blacks and whites and just tans and all these neutral clothes. And their sizes like small all the way up to 1X. And usually, I told you, man, I gravitate toward rainbow colors. Like, this is not me doing this, and I knew it. And this was several days before. And I'm like loading up this cart in the thrift stores of all these neutral clothes, all these different sizes. I end up going in the dressing room and trying them all on and like 95% of them like fit good. They looked good. I was like, what the heck? I bought that whole big full cart of all these neutral clothes. At that point, I didn't know what I was going to do with them, but maybe I thought Klein would help me at some point because she kind of knew how to pair clothes and stuff with all the neutral colors. But I hadn't gotten that far yet until today when I'm reading Exodus 28. And it talks about how he's dressing the priest. And I'm like, so I run to my closet and I just start taking the hangers out of all the clothes. I start laying them all around my bed, all around the room. And for the next several hours, I kid you not, the Lord starts pairing up the shirts with the right jackets, with the right scarves, with the right jewelry. He's guiding my hands toward the right combinations. Yeah. I end up hanging them on hangers together and then taking pictures of them so I can remember how he put them together so I wouldn't forget, because it was quite a few outfits. You guys, this is crazy, but sometimes it just takes us to believe and consider that if God did it in the Bible, he could do it for me too. It takes that childlike faith to believe if he did it for them, he could do it for me too. In Matthew 18:4, it says, so anyone who becomes as humble as a little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. You know, sometimes people think God doesn't care about things like that. He doesn't care what we wear. You know, he doesn't want us to obsess over it, right? It does say that. But if he was so emphatic and able to dress the priest in a particular way, he cared. But more than that, he cares about us. So if it's something that you care about and you need help with, we just need to believe or ask or believe he can. And if you haven't figured it out yet, he's kind of the best fashion designer around, really, right? So it just takes that childlike faith. I know this isn't some serious heaven-shaking, earth-shaking story about how God comes to us, but isn't it refreshing and encouraging to know that he cares about our little, seemingly insignificant, personal, everyday things because he cares about you and me. Anyway, here's a pic. I did take pics and I'm going to try to pull it up on my computer. There's the outfits. Shirts with scarves and jackets and sweaters and necklaces and earrings. There's actually a few more at the top. Wow. He can do it for you too. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.